let's say for this trick, I hand the deck over to the spectator, and they give it a nice shuffle. After they're done with that, I would have them take out any card they would like. Now, if they would like to, they can also change the card to a different one, and they could also sign the card as well. But let's say this is your card, so go ahead and remember this for me. After that, I would take back the card and say that we're going to try to find your card, but we're going to do it in a different way. So normally people have you pick a card to actually find your card, but there's something I've been working on for a while, so I want to see if this actually works. So the first thing to make this work, all you have to do is answer yes or no. Is this your card? And they would say no, I hope. And let's say for here, is this your card? And I would assume they would say no also. So let's hope they said no for both. But they could have said yes too. After this, I would go through the deck and I would explain that I'm going to give this something called a sloppy shuffle. So there are cards going up and down and cards going everywhere, as you can see, until we get to the very end. So this sloppy shuffle actually creates quite a mess. This gives us face down and face up cards. This also gives us face up to face down cards. And I bet for you, I could even find right here face to face cards like this. So you said this four of clubs wasn't your card, but I'm going to see if I can do something. Because there's a shuffle I've been practicing, and it looks something like this. Just one snap. That's all it takes. If we look through here, you're going to see all of the cards rearrange themselves to face down, and that means this one card rearranged itself to your selection, the Six of Hearts. So that is going to be the trick for today. If you would like to learn how to do this, make sure to stick around for the tutorial. Alright, so here's how you're going to do this trick. This is actually called Back in Time by Sankey, and it's one of my favorite go-to tricks. I don't remember if I taught this in my top 5 or top 6 go-to card tricks, but in case I didn't, here's the tutorial right now. And in case you actually want to check out that video, I'm going to leave it down below so you can check it out there. And in case you're wondering about the deck I'm using, these are actually the Autism Speaks cards. So I'm going to leave a deck review down below. I actually did of these cards so you can check them out. And I'm also making a list of everything I'm gonna link just so I don't forget anything. So I think right here. Okay. So Autism Speaks. Here's what you're gonna do to start this off. You can hand the deck over and it can be totally shuffled. You don't need a full deck, and you can use a borrowed deck as well. After they're done, all you need to do is control one card to the top of the deck. Now, I have a few videos already on card controls, so I'm going to leave them down below. And in case you're wondering about the card control I did, which was the false overhand shuffle, I'm going to leave that down below as well. But I'm not going to go over it in this video, because I went over it so many times. And I also have a video for it already. So they're going to take out any card they would like. They can switch out the card if they so choose, and they can also sign it. So let's say in this case, we have the Queen of Clubs. You can control it to the top, keep it on top with some false shuffles, whatever you would like. So let's say you control the card to the top. I'm going to go over the original handling first of this trick. And then I'm going to show you what I did in the performance. It was just one extra move I did. So you're going to get 2 tutorials here. So after you control the card to the top, the Queen of Clubs, you're going to turn over the deck and you're going to explain the sloppy shuffle. Now something you can do, Sankey doesn't do this, but if you feel comfortable you can do this, is you're going to catch a break above the bottom 2 cards. So in this case, the Jack of Hearts, okay? And all I did here was a pinky count. And I'm not going to go over the pinky count because I have a video on the pinky count. So I'm going to leave that down below also. So for the original handling, there's no pinky count. But the second time, I did use one. So I'm going to show you what I did the second time. So let's say you have the card on top and you explain the sloppy shuffle. All you're going to do is you're going to push over some cards. Now, I like to do about 6, okay? Or about how many I can hold when they're spread out. You're going to turn your wrist over and put everything on top and spread over some more. You're going to clamp these with your thumb. So just put your thumb on top with some pressure, turn your wrist over, and keep these really tight, okay? Because this is going to be the whole secret. Okay, face up and face down. But you don't want to expose that. Then you're going to spread some more, clamp on with your fingers, and then you're going to turn your wrist and go some more and clamp with your thumb. And you're going to keep doing this shuffle until you get to the second card from the top. Okay, so when I get near the top, I might start pushing off single cards like this. And this might take a little bit of practice, but you should be able to feel 2 cards, okay? And this is why I also have the break, so I don't accidentally spread over 2 cards, okay? Let's say we come over and we peel off this card. I can feel 2 cards, so I'm going to turn the deck over, or you can leave it like this. It doesn't matter. But I like to square everything up, and once everything is totally squared, I put my thumb on this top left corner, I push down, I leave my index finger here, okay? And with some pressure, if you do this the right way, you can move your middle ring and pinky out of the way. This double will keep as 1, and then you can put it on top of the deck. But now, this is what you have. You have 2 face-up cards, okay? Now this is face down because our selection is face up here. But obviously this would be face up, and you wouldn't spread the deck either. I'm just showing you what this looks like. So you're going to have 2 face-up cards, a whole block of face down, and then you're going to have a block of face up. And if you look at your deck near the middle, you're going to, so ignore that little break, but I think right here. Okay, so right here you can actually see there's a big break. This is going to be where the 2 halves meet. So I look for that break, and then I go about halfway up. I'm going to cut off some cards. I'm going to turn my wrist, and I can show I have face down to face up, like this. I can put it back on top. Make sure you don't spread like I just did there. Then you cut again, and you can show we have face up to face down. Then you're going to go for that break, and you're going to lift up. You can turn both wrists like this, and you're going to notice, for, in this case, my right hand, I'm going to have 2 face-up halves, okay? Because this is the double with the selection, and then this is going to be the rest of the face-up half. This is going to be face up and face down. And if you remembered when you were doing that shuffle, you put the second card, okay, so the double with their selection on top of the deck. So you're going to want to keep this card facing you the entire time, okay? You want this face down. This might sound confusing, but I will go over it one more time. So I go like this, I turn my wrist, I leave this as face down, and I remember the jack, so I'm going to keep that as the jack and put that on top. Now, you're going to have a whole face down half, and you're going to have the double, so you can explain anything you would like, but then I do a double lift and I turn over the jack. And in case you want to learn the double lift, I will link that down below as well, okay, because I made a few videos on the double lift. But now this would be face down. You can put it down. You can explain anything you would like about the sloppy shuffle. These are all face down. One card is going to be here, and this is their queen of clubs. So, that is going to be the original handling, okay? A few things you're going to want to practice. But now, let me show you the handling I did, which I think is a little easier. So, I only added about one or two things to this, just to make it easier for myself. So the deck is shuffled, you're going to have a card selected. In this case, the Ace of Hearts. I control it to the top. After this, I talk about the sloppy shuffle, and I do a double lift, and I ask, is this your card? And they're gonna say no. You want to remember the 3 of spades here. It's very important. So you can turn over the 3 and then turn over the deck, and you can ask, is this your card? They'll say no. After this, I'm going to start talking about the sloppy shuffle. I'm going to use my pinky to pull down. Now I'm going to go right at the bottom, and I'm going to be able to pull down the second card. Now, if I remember that 3 and I pull this down, I can look here at the bottom right index, and if I see 3 of spades, I know this is the second card, so their selection is on top of it. And if you remembered, at the end of the shuffle, we need 2 cards on top. So I know right here I need to stop the shuffle. I'll show you what I mean. So, you did the double lift. You remember the 3, okay? And then you come over, you're going to do your pinky count, and you're going to want to pull down to that second bottom card, the 3. Now you can do your shuffle, but this time you're going to have a break. So you're going to stop immediately, okay? Because you're not going to be able to push over. So I ran in my break. I remember the 3. I'm going to stop here. I'm going to put the 3 on top. And now I'm going to repeat the whole procedure like this, okay? And then I look for that break, and now because I remember the 3, I want to keep the 3 face up, okay? So you always want the 3. You turn over the 3 the first time, you want to turn over the 3 the last time. So hopefully this is making sense. But you can put those two halves together, turn over the 3, their card is here, and the rest of the deck is spread just like that. So, this is going to be the trick. I hope you really enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what else you would like to see on the channel. That's it, and I will see you next time with a new video. Bye.